to have strong, viable communities. We have to have strong families. The nonprofit foundation Uplift Families is dedicated to providing resources for parents that can help improve parenting skills. It's also the initiative of Utah's First Lady, Jeanette Herbert. Thank you for being here today. Tell us a little bit more. Well, it's always a pleasure, and we've attended your conference before. Tell us a little bit more about it and what resources it provides parents.
Well, basically, the conference itself, we have different speakers that come there. This year we have Frank Layden, who is going to talk on, he was a school teacher before he was a coach. So he has a lot of insight as to, the effect that parenting has on people as they get older even. And so he's going to be a great speaker. We've got Julie Diaz-Ovedo-Hanks who's going to speak, and also she's going to entertain us with some music. We've got Craig Probe who's going to talk about suicide, which is a real problem that we have growing in our society today. Yeah. And we also have Michelle Boyack, who's a parenting expert, who's written about 5 books. And we have Judge Andy Valdez, who is the juvenile court judge, and he talks about how to keep your kids out of the juvenile courts.
Out of trouble. Those are all really important topics. And what's interesting, early in the show we talked about how the definition of families and what families look like has changed, but that doesn't change the need for our families to be involved and engaged.
That's right, and we do have all different kind of families, different blends, and so, but there's still those basic skills that parents can agree upon as far as how to raise their kids, and just consistency, making rules, following through with them, the bonding, building those relationships that are it's so critical. And I think when you do those things, we give the parents tools so that they can teach their children, so when these kids get to be their teenage years, they have those skills necessary to be able to make those good, healthy choices. So important.
Mine aren't there yet, and so this is really on my radar as well. When you talk about Frank Layden being a teacher first, I interviewed an education researcher who said, the biggest problem in our schools right now, it's not drugs, it's not bullying, it's not even funding, it's the lack of parent involvement.
And that's right, both in education, and you can see it, I've talked to school teachers the same way. It is so important for the parents to be involved in helping with homework, but just building those bonds. They show the #1 reason that kids don't drink and do alcohol is because of parental disapproval. And that's pretty big, and same thing, eating together as a family. That's a great time to build those bonds, and it decreases the amount of juvenile problems by a significant amount. So there's just little things like that, even that as you think about as parents, that you can do on a daily basis.
Maybe we underestimate the power that we do have in those little things. They add up over days.
They do. We do underestimate them, and I think, there again, it's just focusing on those things, kind of finding out, what are those areas that I can do without really doing a lot of, and it is hard. I know eating together as a family, anymore with the schedules, it's hard, but if you make it a priority, sure, you can make it happen at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah. So. Why is this such a passion for you? I know you have a beautiful family.
I do.
And grandchildren. And
I do, and we just all went to the state fair last night and we had a ball. But I think family is what it's all about. The bottom line, it is the cornerstone of our society, and with strong families we can have a stronger society, a stronger nation, and everything's better.
All right. Well, First Lady Herbert, the Uplift Family Conference coming up September 13th. Thanks for providing this resource for so many families. And again, there's the information. If you'd like more information, we'll have it on our website as well. Now to a famous family. Earlier this year, the stars of Duck Dynasty were awarded the Faith and Freedom Award by Movie Guide. The Robertson families never shied away from sharing their strong beliefs. In fact, this summer, Willie and Corey Robertson shared their faith on the big screen. Andrew Wittenberg had a chance to visit with them about that experience.
The Robertson clan has turned duck calls into a multi-million-dollar family business, but it's their faith and family values that are at the heart of their hit reality show.
You love each other no matter what happens. Amen.
Amen. 2 of the stars, Willie and Corey, carried their faith onto the big screen, playing themselves in the hit movie, God's Not Dead.
Jesus, that's eternal.
And that's it?
That's it.
People are looking for something greater than themselves, and people are looking for hope in this world that has a lot of tough things going on right now.
It is called God's Not Dead. What was your experience like in this, just going through this and participating in something that's not only a film, but it's something you guys truly believe? What was your experience like with this?
Yeah, I tried to make a little reality TV style at first, and the director let me know that it's a movie, so I needed to actually hit the lines on the script. And once we got it dialed in, it turned out great.
The Robertsons said they enjoyed working on the project because they believed in the message.
A movie like God's Not Dead gives answers to some tough things that are going on in this world, that, you know, there is a God. We do have a hope for a future in heaven.
And the future looks bright for the Robertson clan. Duck Dynasty is now in its 6th season.
This look cool or what? Jeff, take a picture right here. Nice.
Executive producer Deirdre Gurney says the secret to the show's success is focusing on the fun and the positive.
There are a lot of people who believe you need that conflict and that people wouldn't watch. And I think Duck Dynasty turned the tides a bit. And there are a lot more shows coming out that are similar in feeling, which I think is great.
Go! Gurney believes a lot of people hunger for that strong family bond.
I am the walrus.
And because of Duck Dynasty, Gurney herself realized she needed to do more with her own family.
I started really working to get home from work and have dinner with my children because of the show I was making, because of the Robertsons. I was reminded that I wasn't working hard enough to make that happen.
Have a big meal, all your children, your grandchildren gather around. And we eat.
Family, faith, and fun. The Robertsons say they are happy to let the cameras keep rolling.
Our show, I Know Duck Dynasty, has really brought families together. They tell us that it's the only show everyone in the family agrees upon.
What's next quickly for you guys on Duck Dynasty?
We'll come right out of the gate really strong with a very unique episode, and so we're excited about that. And back filming.
Duck Dynasty airs on A&E. God's Not Dead is now available on DVD. The Holocaust is a horrific story we must never forget and continue to tell, especially to younger generations.
The message for the young people is changing the world.
Straight ahead, hear from a Holocaust survivor who remained silent for 40 years and now can't stop sharing her experience.